A royal prince. A Vegas hotel room. One night that changed everything. Cut to black screen with dramatic music. What you're about to hear, the palace never wanted you to know. It's 2012. Prince Harry, the wild child of the British royal family, is in Las Vegas. You know Vegas, what happens there stays there, right? Wrong. Not when you're sixth in line to the British throne. Harry's at the Wynn Hotel, penthouse suite. 27 years old, fresh from serving in Afghanistan, and he's carrying more baggage than a Boeing 747. The kind of weight that comes from losing your mother at 12, living under a microscope, and being the spare to your brother's heir. The night starts innocent enough. Private party, close friends, a few drinks to unwind, but sometimes the pressure of being a prince, it's like a volcano waiting to erupt. Harry's phone buzzes. Text from his father, King Charles. Well, Prince Charles back then. Official engagement tomorrow. Royal Foundation event. Don't disappoint me, Henry. Henry. The name that makes his jaw clench every single time. It's like Charles is reminding him, you're not just Harry, the soldier. You're Henry, the prince. The one who must never step out of line. Harry stares at that text for what feels like forever. The weight of duty pressing down like a lead blanket. Around him, laughter echoes through the suite. Normal people. Having normal fun. Living normal lives. What's it like, he wonders, to not have every breath you take analyzed by the tabloids? Another round, someone shouts. Harry looks up. The room's spinning slightly. When did he have that last whiskey? Or the one before that? The amber liquid has become his temporary escape from the golden cage that's been his life since birth. The call comes at 11:47 p.m. Vegas time. Harry's publicist, voice tight with panic. Sir, there are photos from earlier tonight. They're compromising. Harry's blood runs cold. Not again. Every mistake, every human moment becomes front-page news. The people he trusted, someone always talks. Someone always sells the story. How compromising, he asks, though he already knows the answer will shatter something inside him. Strip billiards, sir. The photos are everywhere online already. The phone slips from Harry's hand. 27 years of trying to be perfect, of carrying the weight of being Diana's son, of living up to impossible expectations, and it all comes crashing down in one moment. The room feels like it's closing in. His chest tightens. Everyone's staring, but not in the way they look at a prince. They're looking at him like he's a spectacle, a story to tell their friends. I need everyone out, he says quietly. Harry, mate, it's not that bad. Out. The word rips from his throat like a wounded animal. His friends exchange glances. This isn't the Harry they know. This is a man breaking in real time. The door clicks shut, finally. Silence. But the silence is worse than the noise. In the quiet, Harry can hear everything. The judgment, the disappointment, the endless cycle of scrutiny that's been his life since the day he was born. He looks around the suite. Marble surfaces, crystal glasses, everything perfect, pristine, expensive, just like his life was supposed to be, just like he was supposed to be. The first glass hits the wall before he realizes he's thrown it. The sound, that sharp crack, it feels like relief, like the pressure valve finally releasing. Perfect Prince Harry, he shouts to the empty room. Is this what you wanted? Another glass, then another, each one carrying years of frustration, of being the backup, of smiling when cameras clicked while his heart broke for his mother, for his normal life, for the freedom he'd never have. The coffee table goes next. Expensive wood splintering like his carefully constructed public image. Then the lamp, the decorative vase. Everything beautiful and fragile, just like his reputation. He's not destroying property. He's destroying the cage. Every broken piece is a bar torn away from the prison of expectations. When the hotel security arrives, they find him sitting in the wreckage, not angry anymore, just empty, like a balloon that's finally deflated. Sir, the security chief says carefully, we're going to need you to relocate. Harry looks up. His knuckles are bleeding. There's glass in his hair. For a moment, he looks exactly like what he is, a lost young man who just wanted to feel something other than the suffocating pressure of perfection. I know, he says quietly. I know. The flight back to London is the longest 8 hours of Harry's life. Every minute, he knows what's waiting. The disappointment in his father's eyes. The emergency PR meetings. The carefully worded statements about learning from mistakes. But mostly, he dreads seeing the hurt in his family's faces. Because that's the thing about being royal. Your mistakes don't just affect you. They affect the institution, the legacy, the memory of his mother, who taught him to be human in an inhuman world. The plane touches down at Heathrow. Through the small window, Harry sees them, photographers lined up like vultures. The circus begins again. His phone has been buzzing non-stop. Missed calls from Charles, from William, from his private secretary. But one text stands out. From his grandmother, the Queen. "We need to talk, Harry. Just us." Buckingham Palace, the Queen's private study. Harry sits across from the woman who's been a constant in his chaotic life. Elizabeth II, in her 80s but still formidable, studies him with eyes that have seen everything. "You've disappointed your father," she says simply. "I know. You've embarrassed the family. I know. You've given the press exactly what they wanted." Harry's voice cracks. "I know, Granny. I know all of it." The Queen leans forward. For a moment she's not the monarch. She's a grandmother looking at her wounded grandson. "Do you know why you're here, Harry? Really here?" He shakes his head. "Because unlike your father, I understand the cage you're in. I've been in it for 70 years. Her voice softens. "But the difference is, I chose this cage. You were born into it." Tears he's been holding back for days finally fall. "I don't know how to be what everyone wants me to be. Neither did I at first," she admits. "But I learned something important. Being royal isn't about being perfect. It's about serving something bigger than yourself, even when you're broken." Charles's office, Clarence House. The meeting Harry's been dreading. His father doesn't shout. That would be easier. Instead, Charles looks at him with the kind of disappointment that cuts deeper than anger. 2 years, Charles says quietly. "No official engagements, no public appearances. You'll maintain your military duties, but as far as the public is concerned, you're invisible." Harry's stomach drops. 2 years in royal time is an eternity. "Dad, the decision is made, Henry." There's that name again. Henry, the prince, not the person. "You wanted to act without consequences. Now you'll live with them. What about the charities, the veterans programs? William will cover them." Charles's voice is ice. "You've made your choice. Now live with it." Harry sits in his apartment at Kensington Palace. The same walls that once felt like home, now feel like a prison cell. 2 years of exile stretching ahead like a desert. He picks up his phone, scrolls through the headlines. Party prince banned. Harry's Vegas breakdown. Royal family in crisis. But one headline stops him cold. Diana's son follows destructive path. His mother, even in death, his mistakes reflect on her memory. He sets the phone down and looks at the photo on his nightstand. Diana, laughing, holding him and William as children. She looks so alive, so free, everything he wishes he could be. "I'm sorry, Mum," he whispers to the empty room. "I'm sorry I'm not stronger." 6 months into his exile, Harry sits in his therapist's office. Dr. Sarah Collins, recommended by the palace, vetted for discretion. "Tell me about Vegas," she says. "I was drunk. I made mistakes. Tell me about what you felt." Harry's quiet for a long time. "Trapped, like I was suffocating." "When did that feeling start?" "The day my mother died." The words come out before he can stop them. "I was 12. One day I had a mum who hugged me and called me her little prince. The next day, I was just a prince. No more little. No more mum." Dr. Collins nods. "And Vegas?" "Vegas was me trying to feel human again, to feel anything other than empty." Year 1 passes. Harry learns to live in the shadows. He volunteers at homeless shelters. Anonymous, no press, no cameras. Just him and people who need help. At a veterans center in East London, he meets Marcus, a former soldier who lost his leg in Afghanistan. "I know you," Marcus says one day. "You're that prince." Harry tenses. "Yeah, heard you lost your way for a bit." "Something like that." Marcus grins. "Good. Perfect people can't help broken people. You gotta be cracked to let the light in." It's the first time in months Harry genuinely smiles. Year 2. Harry's learned to find peace in the quiet. No cameras, no scrutiny, just life. Real life. He's at a children's hospital in Manchester. Unofficial visit, no press release. Just Harry, reading stories to kids who are fighting battles bigger than any Vegas hotel room. A little girl named Emma, bald from chemotherapy, looks up at him during story time. "Are you sad?" she asks. Harry's surprised. "Why do you ask that?" "Your eyes look like mine did when I got sick." Sad but trying not to be. Harry kneels down to her level. "Yeah, Emma, I was sad, but you know what's helping?" "What?" "Talking to brave people like you." Emma smiles. "My mum says being brave doesn't mean you're not scared. It means you do good things even when you are scared." And in that moment, Harry understands something his father, his grandmother, even his therapist couldn't teach him. Being royal isn't about being perfect. It's about being human enough to help other humans. 2 years to the day, Harry stands outside Clarence House, the same building where his father sentenced him to exile. Charles is waiting in the garden. He looks older, grayer. 2 years have aged them both. "Dad, Henry." But something's different in how he says it. Softer. "How are you?" "Different," Harry says honestly. "Better, I think." Charles nods. "Your grandmother thinks you're ready. Are you sure?" Charles looks at his son, really looks at him. The angry young man who left for Vegas is gone. In his place stands someone who's been broken and put himself back together. The question is, Henry, are you sure? Harry thinks about Emma, about Marcus, about all the people he's helped in the shadows, away from cameras and headlines. Yes, he says, but I want to do this differently. I want to be useful, not just decorative. Charles almost smiles. Your mother would be proud. 3 months later, Harry's first official engagement since Vegas, a veterans' mental health awareness event. The press is there, of course. Cameras clicking, questions shouting. But Harry's different now. He speaks about trauma, about healing, about the importance of asking for help. He's not the perfect prince anymore. He's something better. He's real. After the event, a young veteran approaches him. Sir, thank you for talking about the hard stuff. Makes me feel less alone. Harry shakes his hand. We're all fighting battles, mate. The trick is not fighting them alone. As Harry walks away, you can see something in his eyes that wasn't there before Vegas. Peace. Purpose. The understanding that sometimes you have to break completely before you can become who you're meant to be. The cameras follow him, but for the first time in his life, Harry doesn't mind. He's not hiding anymore. He's not pretending to be perfect. He's just Harry, and that's enough. Sometimes the thing that destroys you is the same thing that saves you. Harry's Vegas breakdown wasn't just a mistake. It was a breakdown of everything fake in his life, making room for something real. The boy who lost his mother at 12 had to lose himself at 27 to find the man he was meant to become. And maybe that's the most royal thing of all, not being perfect, but being perfectly human. Screen fades to black with text. What would you do if you had to live every moment of your life under a microscope? Let us know in the comments below.